What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man's Toxic Gamer 331, back at it with another video. And today, sorry about the long delay. I was getting some more movies in, and speaking of movies, this is the last part to my complete movie and TV show collection. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment. And let's get into the last part. I gotta move these movies out of the way so it's a little bit easier to get through here. Okay. Like I said with the last video, some of these movies I have not seen. One of them I have not seen is Grease. I know it's like one of the best musicals of all time, just haven't gotten around to watching it quite yet. A movie I have seen, but I haven't visited in quite a long time. Charlotte's Web, which is kind of what, Babe was trying to replicate the success of, based off the chapter book, that I have somewhere over there. Charlotte's Web is about this pig that is on a farm, and he's about to get killed for dinner. Then this girl saves his life and decides to take in the pig as a pet. And Pig makes so many new friends on the farm, and one of the friends is a spider whose name is Charlotte, and he becomes really close to Charlotte, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie, like, this will be 5 seconds. She dies at the end, and she ends up giving birth to a baby, and he has to watch over that baby. But anyways, decent movie. Kind of sad kids movie to watch, but yeah. Another movie I have not seen, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. So based off the Jimmy Neutron TV show. And also did I mention why it was a long delay was because I had some movies coming in, which are right here. So yeah, I wanted to wait until I get my updated version. But anyways, next up we have Galaxy Quest. I haven't seen it, but I know it is supposed to be kind of making fun of, but a love letter to the Star Trek franchise. You got Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, and Alan Rickman, aka Die Hard villain, Ellen Ripley, and Buzz Lightyear, or Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, being their roles. Interesting, to say the least. I can't wait to watch that one. My mother says that these movies aren't as good as the TV show, but I will be reviewing them quite far away from now. But the Brady Bunch movies, so still haven't seen them. I think I might be the YouTuber that does their Blu Ray collections all the time. The one with the most movies I've not seen. Hotel for Dogs. You already knew what I was gonna say. Yours, Mine, and Ours. Finally, another one that I have seen. Yours, Mine, and Ours is based off the Brady Bunch, technically, in a sense, not really, where there's a bunch of kids and this dad and his mother. It's kind of like Cheaper by the Dozen in a sense, but with way more kids, and the dad's Dennis Quaid, and they have 18 kids, and the kids end up are going crazy, and they're all that, and it's just trying to get control over the house, to say the least. Baby Sweet was making straight A's. School of Rock with Jack Black. This is a very funny movie adaptation of the School of Rock TV show with Jack Black, obviously a star performance. He really gets that rock vibe, you know what I'm saying? And they have so he's a teacher. He takes the place of his friend Ned Schneebly and taking being the teacher there, and he's basically doesn't want to teach there, so he ends up having to teach them school and all that, so he's not down with that, and he decides to teach them rock and roll because he's a former rock and roll artist. Everybody doesn't talk about this one much, but the Monster Trucks movie. I thought this was pretty decent, as I remember the monster in the truck is very cute. And, it was a great adaptation of the toy cars. I have Monster Truck somewhere. I don't know where it is. But, as, what's his name? Lucas something. Lucas Bishop or something like that? No, that's Bishop from X-Men. The guy that plays Havoc in here after he died in the X-Men franchise. So, and he thought he might change something different and made a pretty good movie that should get more good reputation. Wow, my chair almost just broke. Next up we have World War Z. One of the best zombie movies to come out. It has Brad Pitt in it, where he's a former military veteran, and him and his family are trying to escape the zombie apocalypse. But he has to end up going back into the zombie apocalypse to save everybody. It is very good. We were supposed to get a sequel like 100 years ago, but that still hasn't came out. This is a dang good zombie movie. And, let's just say the zombies are a little bit overpowered, just at least too. So, yeah. Have not seen this. One of my sister's friends says I should get rid of it. I'll have to decide that by myself when I see it. The Last Airbender movie, it got 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not really excited to watch it, but I mean, it does have a cool cover though, and this was kind of. I think this was M. Night's second worst movie, if I remember from all the other YouTubers that they say it. In Harm's Way, John Wayne movie that I have not seen, with also Kirk Douglas, aka Hank Pym's dad in real life. This one I did see, Sahara, based on the desert, with Steve Zahn, so the guy that's Greg Heffley's dad, Matthew McConaughey, and Penelope Cruz, aka Blackbeard's daughter from Pirates of the Caribbean 4, where they end up, it's kind of a heist movie. It was alright, not really, not good, not bad, but I would definitely want to watch some other action movies instead of those. Another John Wayne film that I have not seen that has James Stewart as well. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. So, my mom got me this because I'm a big John Wayne fan. So, we'll just have to see. Another one I've not seen with, like, one of Clint Eastwood's first roles, Paint Your Wagon. I think that's one of his first roles. Donovan's Wreath. Not seen it. Still in the wrapping and stuff. But I am excited to watch this one. I think this one will be a good John Wayne film. The Greatest Show on Earth with Charlton Heston. Basically, before The Greatest Showman came out a long time ago, they had this based off the actual great P.T. Barnum circus and all that. I have not seen it yet, but yeah, we'll see if it's as good as them. Then we have these two movies, the Jack Reacher films. Love the first one, kind of. If Tom Cruise was to play James Bond, to say the least, he would do this. This would be the closest. Yeah, it was really good. Second one, not as bad as people's reputation for it to be, but still, the first one's way more better, and it has a fantastic performance from, what's this guy's name? His name is Jay something. I forgot what his name was, but he played Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad, which I thought he did a fantastic job. Rugrats movie, haven't seen it, yet again. Then we have a Paramount 2-pack, Terminator Genesis and Eagle Eye. Have not seen Eagle Eye yet, but have seen Terminator Genesis. Yet again, not as bad as people's reputation for it to be, but they decided to recast everybody except for Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, obviously. They have, the guy I was talking about that played Captain Boomerang, he plays, what's his name? Kyle Reese in this, and then Sarah Connor is played by the girl from Han Solo, his girlfriend and all that. She plays Sarah Connor, and I thought that Arnold Schwarzenegger still got it with the Terminator. So yeah, I think a whole lot of people would have liked it a little bit more if it was R. That's my guess. Why everybody hates it. The Addams Family movies, both movies I watch every single Halloween. Hilarious. The first one is a very good film that based off the TV show, and second one was surprisingly better than the first one. I thought. The Addams Family Values. It also has a young appearance from the person that voices Jesse. So yeah, that's interesting, right? Sorry, Jim Carrey fans. The Truman Show, never seen it, but I have seen, a clip of it, really, where everybody's looking for him. It's about, these people watching over Jim Carrey, and basically he's on a popular TV show, and he doesn't know it. So, there's that. Gosh. Then we have these movies here. Oh, gosh, that's super big. We got Sorry, Wrong Number. Have not seen it. My mom got it for me because I'm into suspense kind of stuff. So there's that. Most of these movies in this pile I've not seen or haven't seen in a long time. Capture the Flag. Haven't seen it. Rango have not seen in a very long time, but this freaks my sister out, and so it's pretty funny. As Johnny Depp voicing a lizard in the western town where he's the sheriff. Out of the Vault Rewind with all these Nickelodeon shows. You got Real Monsters, Cat Dog, The Wild Thornberry, and Danny Phantom. The only one that I know is Danny Phantom, but I have not watched it. Then we got Airbud World Pup and Airbud Tabby. As you guessed, I've never seen them either. I'll get to that because that one's a little bit big to put away. Ooh, gosh. These are the movies I got with the intention of watching them on Friday, New Year's Eve. So we got Powder. My mom said that this movie was really, really good, so she bought it for me. So it has Jeff Goldblum in it. Do not know what the plot is about, though. Love and Monsters, it was one of the best movies of 2021. Still have yet to check it out. It has Dylan O'Brien, so the guy that plays the main character from the Maze Runners. Sergeant Stubby. Bought it because the trailer looked so cute. About this dog in the World War II. The Wayne's World 2 movie collection. I remember watching some of Wayne's World on TV, the first one. But, yeah. I have not got a full chance to watch them all, though. Arachnophobia. Bought it because my dad does not like spiders, and I thought I might buy this so he can experience spiders up close for the very first time, to say the least. Then, out of the movies that I bought, that I actually did see, Wonder, based off the real true story of, what's his name? Augie, who has was born with a rare skin disease when he was younger. He, ends up, going to public school instead, and there's bullying in this. But it has a really good performance from the guy from Walk the Prank. He does a good job of being a very scum bully kid. But, his parents kind of spoil him, so, yeah, all that. But, yeah, it's about Augie developing and friends and all that. And Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson do good at being a kind of role model to him. Then my parents watched this. I've got to watch it. The 10 Commandments. Look at it. It is so humongous. Here. We got... What do we got in here? I gotta open it. We got the... I'll get them all out shortly. The 10 Commandments book of the... I think it's more like... It's the actual 10 Commandments story in here, which is cool. Then we got I think this is the making of the film, this book, right? Yeah, this is the making of the film. It describes everything Charlton Heston went through here. This is what everybody got when they went to see the film. This, little ticket here. Gosh. Some of this stuff is tough to get out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, then we have these character cards from the movie. I don't know what this is. Western. Yeah. I'll have to eventually watch it and find out what all of these stuff is about. More character cards with the female characters. Then we have the showtimes for the movie, the drawings of the movie, and this is, I think, a letter to Charlton Heston, which was pretty cool that they kept in here. A very, 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 very cool set here that I'm proud to get. Then this contains the movies and all that. This, dang, I didn't realize it was that long. Gosh, it has, like, multiple discs and all that, so that's very interesting. Then, yeah. So, 10 Commandments, can't wait to watch that. Yeah, one of my best collections. Okay, I gotta move the table a little bit to my next row here. Then we'll go to the Disney / VeggieTales / animated / DC stuff over there. So, you ready for that? Oh gosh, get those movies here. We got the Nutty Professor, the original, not the Eddie Murphy one. I bought it at the store. I'm a big comedic guy. I like the movies and all that, so that's why I bought it. The King and I still have yet to watch it, but I actually went to go see the play, where this one girl ends up traveling to this island where there's a king, and he ends up kind of taking her captive. It's kind of like Beauty and the Beast, but the guy that takes her isn't a beast or anything. He just wants not to be lonely. Then we have this massive set of the complete Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show collection, which is massive, yeah. So I'm going to be... when I watch all the seasons, I think I might rank them all, maybe. I don't know how many seasons is this. How many seasons? 10 seasons. So, we'll just have to see. Another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have the classic 3 movies here from the first one, and then we have the remake that's animated. The first one's, very, very good film. Second one's a good follow-up, but not as good. Third one, not as bad as People's Reputation. And the animated one's a very good animated version of the film. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rise of the Turtles from the actual TV show. Watched all the episodes, kind of creature feature in a sense, with all the episodes that they selected, so cool. And then we have the most recent remakes here. We have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 or 2015 movie. Yeah, it's a good remake. Second one, not as bad as People's Reputation, but very flawed film. And Casey Jones, what's his name? Stephen Amell was a good choice for Casey Jones, but didn't really quite turn out well for all the lines and stuff. I don't know why I keep getting... Every single time I do the movies, I think that, like, my nose itches. Maybe it's the dust, I don't know. We have the ALF Complete TV Show collection. People are going to hit me right now. I've yet to watch it, but this is another idea. I think I might rank all of the ALF TV series. So, yeah. Gosh. The Adventures of Greyfriars Bobby. Never seen it. Lost Medallion. Never seen it. Then we have a 4-pack here. Hang on. Go back there, you son of a gun. Okay, 4-pack right here. We have Kayla, Bear With Me, Little Heroes, The Winter Stallion. You already know what I'm going to say. I haven't seen it. Most of the movies here I have not seen in this video, but yeah. We have a 5-family movie pack with North, Bandit, and The Soints of Dogwood, The Big Goofy Street, Last Days of Summer, and Are We There Yet? The only movie I have seen is Are We There Yet? And that is hilarious with Ice Cube in it. He does a good job. bringing out the funniness and all that. Grand Champion, I think this is kind of like Babe, but with cows instead. Still have yet to check it out. One of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that I have not actually watched, Last Action Hero, where this kid loves him from the movie, and he ends up coming to life to protect him and all that. So very... Gosh, my nose, bro. Then we have The Tick, the complete entire series. Kind of DC related, not really, but I'm a big fan of the characters, so can't wait to watch that eventually. Kermit Swamp Years, documentary of Kermit the Frog. Then we have these movies right here. The Muppet movie, I haven't seen in a very long time, until I was little, so can't say anything really. The Muppet Show, the TV series, the complete TV series. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's just season 1, but there you get. I got all the discs there. Dang, my movies keep on falling over. Gosh dang it. Watched some episodes, but then stopped watching it for some reason. Muppet 2-pack that I've yet to watch, Muppets from Space and Muppets Take Manhattan. Apparently, Muppets Take Manhattan might be the best Muppets movie of all time, in many eyes, I don't know. Muppet Treasure Island, I have seen this, but a very long time ago, where Tim Curry's the pirate bad guy in here, and they end up going on a pirate ship, so yeah. The Muppets Christmas Carol, I just remember the ending of them eating everywhere. Eating on the table, so, yeah. I've not seen this one, Muppets Wizard of Oz. Gosh, stay up there. Phineas and Ferb, complete the collection of TV shows, like, of the Days of Summer. Phineas and Ferb is one of my favorite Disney shows of all time, so yeah, that's why I bought this. I meant why I got this for so long and so broken, kind of. Pollyanna, a Disney movie that my mom has been trying to get me to watch for a very long time. Just haven't gotten around to it. Then we have this thing, which I have no idea what this is. Oh, wow. Bible discs from a very long time ago. Look at that. It's so old. I can't believe, oh gosh, man, wow. Very, very old. Summer Rental, watched this not too long ago, and it was a very funny John Candy movie, where he gets a free vacation for his work, and they end up staying in a house for a few months at the beach with this one family, with them making new friends and all that, and he ends up entering into a boat competition, and really fun comedy. The Thing from Another World, the original Thing movie here, haven't gotten around to it. Another Looney Tunes sort of thing here. Haven't watched it yet, but I did watch the other Looney Tunes disc. Treasure Buddies, have not seen it as well. Old Yeller 2-movie collection, I already know, well, Old Yeller and Savage Sam. All I know is that in the first Old Yeller dies. Sorry to spoiler alert you there. Then we have the G.I. Doe, this man says. My tongue has gone to flabbity, you know? So I need to drink some water. G.I. Joe 2 movie collection with Retaliation and Rise of Cobra. I remember seeing Rise of Cobra a long time ago, but I did not see Retaliation though, so yeah. Well, I saw Retaliation clips on TV, so yeah, I'll have to rewatch those eventually. I know that Snake Eyes is a very not good film out of the G.I. Joe franchise, so yeah. Then we have Scooby-Doo 2 movie collection, Blowout Beach Bash, and Haunted Hollywood. I'm 90% sure that I have seen Haunted Hollywood, and Blowout Beach Bash I do not think I've seen, and I bought it because of the Scooby-Doo minifigure. So yeah, and then also another Lego collection here, we have Aquaman Rage of Atlantis, and The Flash, which comes with Jessica Cruz, that Green Lantern right there. Okay, we're gonna have to move a little bit. So we're going over here now. It's quite far away. Now, oh wait, I gotta get my pillow here. There we go. We have these movies I was talking about. Okay. We have the original Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is has not aged well, but it is a good movie for its time, to say the least. Oh gosh. $1 Million Man, one of those Academy Award movies that I've not seen, but I know am excited to watch it. I think it's like Warrior a lot, so can't wait to see that. Detective Pikachu, a fun adaptation of Pokemon, but into an actual movie itself with live action, which has Ryan Reynolds voicing the main star right there, Pikachu. And yeah, good movie, very good movie. All the President's Men, haven't seen it, but yeah. It has to do with the government. I think that's what the movie has to do with. Corpse Ride, Tim Burton movie that nobody really talks about, where this Johnny Depp's character loses his wife and ends up having to marry another one. Well, no, he doesn't lose his wife. He has to get married to this girl that he doesn't really want to get. He has to get married to this one girl that he really doesn't want to get married to, and he likes this other one instead. Then he ends up finding, like, a corpse that's, the corpse ride right there that he ends up falling in love with, too. So he has to make a decision. Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Haven't seen it. Flipper's a New Adventure. Still have not seen it. Max. You already know what I'm gonna say. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Not as good as the original, but Tim Burton decided to take the helm of the remake. It is pretty good though. Johnny Depp does a good performance as Willy Wonka. That's the only good thing in here. I mean, the graphics are good too, even though it was like from not too long ago. The Never-Ending Story and the Never-Ending Story, part 2, the next chapter. I have not seen them still, so sorry for the people that have watched those. Batman the Complete series, I will be watching these two and following it up with. Most of these upcoming are just Batman the DC movies, so we got that. We got the Batman Beyond Complete series, very dark adaptation of the comic book series. That's what everybody says. Then we have a Batman triple feature here that has Batman Beyond the movie, Batman Beyond Return to the Joker, and Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. Then we have Batman anthology series here. You know these movies. I love all of them except for Batman and Robin. Batman kind of kicked off after Superman, Batman kind of kicked off the superhero genre, to say the least, with Michael Keaton as the helm and a standout performance with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Batman Returns, fun follow-up. Danny DeVito does good as Penguin. And my favorite out of the quadrilogy is Batman Forever with the Riddler and Two-Face, one of my favorite Batman movie of all time. At me, Christian Bale fans, best Batman movie of all time. Okay, then we have Superman movies. That is the movie right there that kicked off the genre right there. And then the sequel I like way more than the first one. Superman 3, I remember seeing bits and pieces of where Superman ends up fighting himself. Superman 4, everybody craps on. I'm on the crap train as well because they kind of created not really Superman, kind of an evil version of Superman that is called Nuclear Man or some crap like that Lex Luthor creates. It's kind of a trash villain, to say the least. The Flash, season 1, I love The Flash. Very good DC TV show that I like better than the other one. But Grant Gustin's still going as The Flash to this day. I think they're on season 9 or 8. But I gotta go back to watching that. Arrow season 1. I like this more than The Flash. It is a really good. Stephen Amell was a great casting choice as the Green Arrow. So, yeah. And kind of, if Batman was on a TV show, that movie was. But the TV show is. Superman vs. Batman, Public Enemies. All the DC films I have, animated films, I think this one is my second least favorite, but I do watch it, remember watching it a whole lot, where Superman and gets attacked by Metallo, and Batman protects him. And they end up becoming wanted by Lex Luthor, who's the president in the universe, and Hunt asks people to take them down and all that. Justice League: The New Frontier. This is my least favorite film out of all the movies I have. Maybe, I don't know. It kind of is the story about bringing the Justice League together as an actual group. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's just, yeah. Then this, I don't even, would you consider a movie or not? It's Superman Shazam Return of Black Adam, where they end up teaming up against Black Adam. And has 3 other shorts about the Jonah Hex, Green Goblin, Green Arrow, and Spectre. They alright. Yeah. Out of the shorts, I think my favorite is Jonah Hex or Spectre. Batman vs. Robin. Haven't got around to watching this one yet, surprisingly. The Flashpoint Paradox. An amazing comic book movie that brings the story to life, to say the least. Where the Flash ends up accidentally bringing his mom back to life, and it completes an alternate timeline where Thomas Wayne is Batman instead of Bruce, and Bruce ends up dying instead of him. Aquaman and Wonder Woman are going to war, and Cyborg's like one of the best heroes in the world. Great movie. Justice League versus Teen Titans, where It later ends up becoming a team-up movie where they team up against Raven's dad, Trigon, and he takes control of all the Justice League, and they're trying to wake them up, basically. It's really good. I think I like this one a little bit more than Flashpoint Paradox, but Flashpoint Paradox is still amazing. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, where we have the Justice League face their they're kind of duplicates on another world. The Crime Syndicate, which is an evil version of them. Really good movie. They built up all those well. Batman Assault on Arkham, I haven't got to see it yet. You know, I mentioned about Justice League New Frontier, where they kind of form the team. This movie does, but it is in the... is in the Justice League versus Teen Titans universe. And they end up facing Darkseid and all their people, his minions. Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Haven't watched this one yet, but I have got it from my mother. Bought this movie at Walmart. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Love Batman. I've not seen it yet, though. Seen the beginning of this, Batman versus Two-Face, where Adam West and Burt Ward get back together for one last time, and it has Captain Kirk, the original, as the voice of Two-Face, and wait, is it the same exact voice as Catwoman? I don't know. But, where they end up going against Two-Face, not like in the TV show. So, yeah. My mother watched this as a kid, so did my dad, and they bought this for me to show how great of a show it is. Good, but has not aged well. A DC Lego Movie 4-pack, we have Gotham City Breakout, Cosmic Clash, Attack of the Legion of Doom, and Justice League vs. Bizarro League. Seen all of them, but I think my favorite is Cosmic Clash, I believe, where most of the Justice League end up getting set back into a different time. Really cool. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of Justice League stuff, because I'm a big DC fan. I think the comic books of DC are better than the actual movies themselves. The actual movies themselves and animated movies are better than the comics, so yeah. Scooby-Doo meets the Batman. Bought it. I haven't watched some of the episodes. Really funny how Scooby and Batman get along. Batman and Robin, The Adventures of Batman and Robin, Poison Ivy, and Penguin, their episodes. Haven't watched this in a long time, but I do remember the episodes very well. They're good. This is basically the sequel to the Batman Complete animated series, if you're wondering. Justice League on Trial, the Justice League TV show with the Superman and the Batman animated universe. They all formed together to do the Justice League show. And, yeah, it is good. Sorry, guys. Superman, The Last Son of Krypton, his TV series, and a DVD. All of these specific DVDs are very old, as you can see. It's almost like broken in half and all that. But still very good TV show. Oh, gosh, dang it. Okay. Superman, classic Bubble Tunes. Have not seen it yet. Not really excited to watch it either. I watched one episode, I think, a very long time ago, but I just don't remember it. Superman and Other Cartoon Treasures. Right here, over 2 hours. Have not seen it yet. I'm going to be saying that a lot still. Young Justice, watch all these volumes. Very good, where it follows kind of like the sidekicks of the superheroes joining a making their own Justice League team. Very good with all the character development. Kind of each episode focuses on one character and rotates. Teen Titans Go, the complete animated series. My favorite Cartoon Network show, so hilarious. Where the original Teen Titans was a little bit darker. This one goes a little bit more kids route, where they do some adult humor that's pretty funny, that makes adults laugh, so there's that. Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. Haven't watched this one yet, but I'm excited to. Teen Titans, Robin and Friends. I don't know why everybody thinks the original Teen Titans is more dark for some reason, but this is a good TV show still. Which I don't know why they ended up canceling. We have the Batman 3 discs. We have Batman the Brave and the Bold Volume 1, the Batman Superman movie, and Batman Training for Power Season 1, Volume 1. The Batman, sorry. This is a good comic book show. I don't understand why they stopped this one either. Or this one. Batman the Brave and the Bold is my favorite animated DC show. I don't know why they stopped doing it. Speaking of, we have Volume 2 here of Batman and Volume 3. Speaking of Batman the Brave and the Bold, yet again, we have Scooby-Doo meets Batman Brave and the Bold. Fun enough. Fun enough where the villains end up teaming with the Red Ghost. So, yeah. Now, moving on to the Scooby-Doo stuff. Aloha, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Scooby-Doo Safari So Good. Scooby-Doo Legend of the Phantasaur. Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword. Scooby-Doo Abracadoo. Scooby-Doo, What's New Scooby-Doo, Space Ape and the Cape. I ended up buying all of these just saying at like a yard sale, and all of these I believe are like just $1 or 25 cents and all that, so they were really cheap. So yeah, they were cool. Scooby-Doo's Where Are You? The complete third season. Scooby-Doo 13 Spooky Tales Around the World. And The Legend of the Vampire Scooby-Doo. My tongue's getting tired of saying Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And then we have the live-action adaptation of the movies, Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2. I love these movies. First one, I like a whole lot better, but second one's still pretty goofy and funny and has the same charm from the first one. Really hilarious. I did not get the other ones because those are trash compared to these, the other live-action ones. Here we go. VeggieTales, Happy Together. Heroes of the Bible. Do the Mushu. Abe and the Amazing Promise. An Easter Carol. Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Noah's Umbrella. Sherlock Holmes and the Golden Ruler. Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer Space. My arm's getting tired. Beauty and the Beat. The Star of Christmas. Duke and the Great Pie War. Veggies in Space, The Final Frontier, Star Trek, and VeggieTales. Minnesota Q can search for Samson's hairbrush. Pistachio. The Little House That Stood. A Snoodle's Tale. Gosh, these keep on getting stuck. Dave and the Giant Pickle. Mo in the big exit. Lone Ranger, but Moses and all that. King George and the Ducky. Funny story. This is the actual first VeggieTales I ever watched a long time ago. Like when I was 3. So, and still here to this day. Jonah at VeggieTales. The Jonah movie. Celery Night Fever. Captain Larry Beard. Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed. Gosh, how many do I have? Are You My Neighbor? Tom Sawyer and a Huckleberry Larry. Tomato Sawyer and Huckleberry Larry's Big River Rescue. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. Have that video game as well. So, The League of Incredible Vegetables. Robin Good and His Not So Merry Men. Sumo of the Opera. Lord of the Beans, the final VeggieTales DVD. Gosh. The Pacifier. Vin Diesel stopped doing Fast and Furious and decided to do a Disney family comedy called The Pacifier. Really hilarious for some of the stuff that the kids do to him. He's a secret agent too. Return to Oz. Apparently this one's like a kind of horror movie that Disney made out of all the ones. So I haven't had a chance to check it out. The first ever Disney movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is a really old movie, as you guys can tell. Digital code. I'll have to take that later. And then, yeah, I think that other DVD is about the making of the film. Ratatouille, my favorite Pixar film that should get more respect. Flubber, the reboot with Robin Williams. One of his best comedies, I think. But one of his best roles. So, yeah, where he's a scientist and creates this green liquid called Flubber. And he ends up using it for good. A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Have no idea what this movie's about. Phineas and Ferb's Star Wars. The original Parent Trap. I haven't watched that one in a long time, so I can't really tell you much about that one. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Motion and Friction. When I was into that sort of stuff when I was younger. I think after this I need to arrange them and put them together, all the Bill Nye movies. Disneyland Sing Along, It's a Small World. Gosh, when did I'm surprised I still have these. I'll probably give these away soon. Or I'll keep them for my kids later when I have them. The Absent-Minded Professor and the Son of Flubber, the original Flubber series. Haven't had a chance to check them out. The Three Musketeers Mickey Mouse edition. So the Three Mouseketeers, you could say. A really good movie. Speaking of the Three Musketeers, the original that has Tim Curry as the villain yet again. Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, and Oliver Pratt. Funny movie, very funny. So there's that. A good adaptation of the Three Musketeers story by Disney. Imagination Movers when I was younger. I don't know why I still have the DVDs again. Halloween Town and Halloween 2, Calabar's Revenge, then Halloween Return to Halloween Town. I've not checked these out. I'm gonna do a ranking on them. $1 Million Arm, sports movie. Have not seen it. McFarland USA, the real life story about this team of runners in, where are they? I forgot where they're at a Latino high school, and the Kevin Feige, gosh. Kevin Costner ends up teaching them and making them join a run team, and he ends up getting super close to them, and it's based on a true story. It's a really, really good sports movie. Sleeping Beauty, I guess you could say this was Disney's first hit when it came out. The story of Maleficent and obviously all that. Everybody knows the story. Bill Nye and the Science Guy, Dinosaurs and Reptiles. The Black Cauldron. I've watched some bits and pieces of it. Haven't got a chance to actually sit down and watch the whole entire movie. Underdog. Haven't seen it still. David Crockett, 2-movie collection, same as Underdog. The Three Caballeros and Saludos Amigos. These are really good films here where they decided to explore the cultures of Mexico and adapt it into this Disney film. The Parent Trap remake, I've actually seen this one where they end up deciding to switch places, the twin sisters meeting each other at camp, and both decide to switch lives and go to their father/daughter's house. I meant father/mother's house and trade places. Really good film. Bill Nye the Science Guy, Energy and Momentum. Atlantis the Lost Empire, a really underrated Disney film, I would have to say. Follows them searching for Atlantis. Really good. So that's really all I have to say about that. I had to watch this for my when I was doing a class called Essentials in my Schoolhouse Rock. I'd watch it because it involved verbs and all that sort of stuff. So, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn movie, have not got to check it out yet, surprisingly. We're almost there, and yeah. The Incredible Journey, the remake of the Homeward Bound movies. I haven't seen it still. Bill Nye the Science Guy, Phases of Matter and Fluids. Out of this Bill Nye and the Science Guy stuff, videos and all that, I think this is the one I like the most out of all the other ones. DuckTales Volume 1, DuckTales Volume 2. I love DuckTales, my favorite Disney show of all time. I like the remake a little bit better, but this TV show still holds up. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, racers, and airplanes. It's the Duckburg. Yeah. Okay, but anyways. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, one of the best Disney movies of all time. I love this film with Rick Moranis in it, where he's a scientist and shrinks his kids by accident. Well, his shrink ray does. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. A fun follow-up, but not as good as the other one. This one of the worst Disney movies of all time. I despise this one, but still watchable. Home on the Range, watched this one surprisingly not too long ago, and it was not as bad as people make it out to be, but still not good, to say the least. The Brave Little Toaster. I haven't seen it. And I'm kind of glad I haven't seen it. The Cat from Outer Space. Have not seen it. Country Bears movie, the adaptation of the actual Disney ride. One of the better ones, to say the least. This, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, and the Pirates movies are the only, ride adaptations of the shows. And I thought this was pretty good. Nobody ever talks about this movie anymore. Phineas and Ferb, the 2D dimension. I love this movie. It's really good, where they end up going to a parallel universe where they end up visiting themselves, basically, but different. So, good movie. Phineas and Ferb, Mission Marvel, where the crossover with Marvel. I got to speed things up. Oliver and Company, Disney film. Okay. If you guys in the comments, tell me if I was on their last video, because one of the other videos, because I might have that as a duplicate. I might not need to toss someone out, to say the least. The Aristocrats. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Haven't had a chance. Last row here. And then we will move on to my WWE DVDs. The Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. James the Giant Peach, the adaptation of the book of Roald Dahl, who made the Willy Wonka books, and Tim Burton decided to do it, and it was really good. Oh gosh. Into the Woods, my family hates this movie. I'm okay with it, but I still don't like it that much. Quack Pack, technically DuckTales in a sense, but really it's more focusing Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald, more not really exploring the adventure part. Follow Me Boys, Kurt Russell is in this, very young, haven't had a chance to check it out. The Happiest Celebration on Earth, got this from Disney World, like a DVD set here about everything. Oh my gosh, one of the discs actually fell out. Hang on. Oh dang, this is, as you guys can see, this is very old DVD, so gotta keep that in there tight. Babes in Toyland. Toyland. The Freaky Friday reboot from 2019. I thought this one was pretty underrated, to say the least. Really. I actually like that one, so yeah. Do your worst, comments. Return to Snowy River. Haven't had a chance to check that one out. Race to Witch Mountain, same, but has The Rock in it when he did his first Disney role, I believe. That Darn Cat. Fun fact about this movie, Mighty Joe Young has a young appearance from Charlize Theron, and as Bill Paxton, where they kind of finding King Kong kind of like creature, but he doesn't kill people and all that, and they're trying to stop people from taking him. Inspector Gadget 1 and Inspector Gadget 2. Inspector Gadget 1 is Matthew Broderick is a police officer, and he gets into a serious wreck, and it explodes, and he ends up getting all of his parts replaced by mechanical parts, and it's really good. Sequel can just go into the fireplace. I'm sorry, sequel. I didn't mean to be too harsh on you like that, but it is what it is. You're not as good as the first one. American Legends, about this stories of America's great people. Airbud Special Edition. I haven't checked this out. I'm just gonna pull out some each. Holes. The movie adaptation of the book, really good. As a Shia LaBeouf in it, where they're kids in a kid prison, and they end up trying to find this one item specifically. Zombies. Good Disney Channel movie. Not necessarily a good movie, to say the least, if you get me. Fantasia 2000, haven't seen that one in a very, 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 very long time. The Rocketeer, haven't checked this one out either. Planes movies, Planes and Planes, Fires and Rescue. Apparently everybody hates those ones. The Proud Family movie, good TV show adaptation of the movie. Hercules, one of the best Disney animated movies of all time. Song of the South, this one might be controversial, but it is a very rare copy because of its racism in here. But, yeah, it's a good movie, but, yeah. There's not really racism, it's just slavery. The Tigger movie, funny, decent enough. Gosh dang it, bro. I'll just pull every single one out here. Okay. We have a 2-pack, Treasure Island, The Search of the Castaways. You know what I was gonna say there. Toy Story of Terror, the Halloween special for Toy Story. I liked That Time Forgot better, but it is still pretty good. Halloween special. Then we have the Descendants movies, Descendants 1, 2, and 3. One of Cameron Boyce's last roles before he sadly passed, rest in peace, where all the kids are sons and all that of the Disney supervillains. Really good. At least he went out with a bang. The Herbie collection, haven't seen them. Kurt Russell 4-movie collection, and the Dogs 4-movie collection. I have watched all the 4 Dogs collection movies, but, yeah. Not necessarily, some of them are good, some of them aren't. Then we have, this might have to be split into 2 parts because my video coverage is running low, but I will finish it here today. We have the WWE DVDs. So, I gotta just yank them out. Okay? Alright. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I have a lot, guys. I have 2 separate ones. So, we'll just have to do this at the years that they came out. I'll, put them back. Some of these aren't WWE, fun fact. Surf's Up, okay. Surf's Up 2, Wave Mania, haven't had a chance to check out. Same with all this WWE kind of collab stuff. Scooby-Doo, WrestleMania, Mystery Original Movie. 2012, Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon. Flintstones and Stone Age SmackDown. Jetsons and WWE Robo WrestleMania. Then moving on to the actual WWE DVDs. The greatest cage matches of all time in here. The only matches I've actually seen are Ric Flair versus Kerry Von Erich and Bruno Sammartino versus Larry Zbyszko and Bob Backlund versus Mr. Snuka. Fun fact, Terry Gordy of the Fabulous Freebirds, Jax, you know him from Fortnite, is related to Terry Gordy. So, which is pretty cool. So, if you guys didn't know that. ECW, the thing here, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but it's like the best ECW matches. No Mercy 2003, where Brock Lesnar and Undertaker have a chain match for the WWE Championship. Kurt Angle fights John Cena. Stephanie McMahon faces her dad in an I Quit match. And yeah, there's that. Yeah, and this was the pay-per-view that Eddie Guerrero lost the title to Big Show, the U.S. title. But luckily he went to better things. Survivor Series 2003, where Triple H and Goldberg have a rematch for the World Heavyweight title, where Goldberg retains, spoiler alert, and they have a team, 2 Survivor Series matches. They have Stone Cold's team versus Bischoff's team, which Stone Cold has Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and the Dudley Boys. Then Bischoff's team has Chris Jericho, Christian, Scott Steiner, Mark Henry, and Randy Orton, which Randy ended up becoming the sole survivor in that one, which was cool. And then the Team Angle versus Team Lesnar one, and which gave John Cena a big moment and led to his eventual United States and world title pushes. Backlash 2004, I know it has a controversial cover on it because Chris Benoit, I know. But after that, they put on a banger at WrestleMania. They decided to do a rematch, another triple threat match between the same people at the WrestleMania match, Chris Benoit, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight title again, and replicated the same success as the other one, which was a big surprise. Then we have Vengeance 2004, which was the one where Edge defeated Randy for the Intercontinental title, and Chris Benoit defeated Triple H. SummerSlam 2004, the one where Randy Orton ended up becoming the youngest world heavyweight champion of all time after defeating Benoit, and also having the WWE Championship feud between Bradshaw and Undertaker, which was kind of iffy to say the least. But the Eddie Guerrero Kurt Angle match is really good on there. No Mercy 2004, where they have a Hearst match, JBL and Undertaker this time, and also they have an undisputed U.S. Championship match with John Cena and Booker T. 2005 Royal Rumble, where Batista ended up winning, and one of my favorite Royal Rumble matches of all time, I think, but not really my favorite though, where the most unscripted moment happened where John and Batista both eliminated each other at the same time, and Vince tore his quads trying to say, "Restart the gosh dang match already." Most Powerful Families of Wrestling, haven't checked that one out yet. WrestleMania 23, The Battle of the Billionaires is the cover, and then Shawn Michaels versus John Cena, and Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Shawn Michaels and John Cena is one of my favorite matches of all time. So there's that WrestleMania. Royal Rumble 2008, I think this is my second favorite or first favorite Royal Rumble match. 2008 one where it had John Cena returns, so many big returns and all that, so big names. No Way Out 2008, yeah. where John uses his WrestleMania opportunity against Randy Orton, which Randy gets himself disqualified and uses up his title opportunity. Extreme Rules 2009, Eddie Guerrero and, not Eddie Guerrero, sorry, Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio, when they started their feud, they had their Intercontinental Championship match, which was very good here, and where Jericho ended up starting the record-breaking most Intercontinental title wins in history with 9. Night of Champions 2009. Almost every champion retains here except for CM Punk when he drops the title to Jeff Hardy, so that's cool. And Jeff Hardy, that was his last world title run before he returned. SummerSlam 2009. One of my least favorite SummerSlam cards, if I have to be totally honest with you. Like, best matches, good matches and all that, but not really one of the best cards, to say the least. Then, oh gosh, I need to put those back real quick. Survivor Series 2009 were D-Generation X and faced John Cena in a triple threat match, which was really entertaining and all that. So yeah. And they kind of did that with Big Show and Chris Jericho as well, which was ironic. So when they faced Undertaker. Best Raw moments of 2010. Over the Limit 2011. Really dull pay-per-view, if I remember. Well, the John Cena Miz I Quit match was pretty decent, but not really made it the show a big star, to say the least. Then we have Money in the Bank 2011, one of my favorite Money in the Bank pay-per-views, where John Cena and CM Punk put on a 5-star wrestling classic for the WWE title. Christian and Randy Orton continued their World Heavyweight title feud. The Raw Money in the Bank ladder match and SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. Night of Champions 2011, where the reign of Mark Henry's Hall of Pain gimmick started. Hell in a Cell 2011, good. Not necessarily the best pay-per-view out of that year. Over the Limit 2000, not Over the Limit, sorry. Live in the UK 2012, decent enough. Not really one of their best UK showings. Hell in a Cell 2012. Better step up from 2011's one, where Big Show and Sheamus have the best match on the card. That's what I think for the World Heavyweight title. And they always put bangers, in my opinion. I'm always a defender of that match. The best pay-per-view matches of 2012 here. WrestleMania 29, where The Rock and John Cena decided to do twice in a lifetime. Extreme Rules 2013, decent enough. And the Night of the Shield, where they all three won titles for the very first time. Night of Champions 2013, with Daniel Bryan on the cover after winning the WWE title and dropping it this one night after. Fastlane 2016, the second Fastlane pay-per-view. Not as good as the first, but still decent. The show-out match here is AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. I recommend that match. SummerSlam 2016, John Cena and AJ Styles have a very good match. And then the first ever Universal Champions crowned here. I won't spoil who it is, but it's Finn Balor against Seth Rollins. They're also yet another pair that always puts on bangers. Survivor Series 2016, the infamous. This has my favorite one of my favorite Survivor Series matches of all time. Same goes for the tag team match, Survivor Series match as well. And Goldberg ends up squashing Brock Lesnar. Another one of my favorite Royal Rumble matches, Royal Rumble 2017, where Randy won the Royal Rumble, had, oh my gosh, who's gonna win? After, yeah, it was really good. Elimination Chamber 2017 and Fastlane 2017. Love this pay-per-view. This one's not as good. Well, there's only one good match on here, and that's Neville versus Jack Gallagher, but all the other matches are duds, to say the least. Well, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman I liked, but yeah, and the Elimination Chamber 2017 match was one of my favorites. And one of my favorite WrestleManias in a long time, WrestleMania 33, where I had a just banger card. Look it up. Really good matches. Payback 2017 and Backlash 2017. Backlash is infamous for Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title from Randy Orton, and one of the biggest upsets in history. And Ziggler, Nakamura has his first pay-per-view match. Payback 2017 was not really that good. Extreme Rules 2017 and Money in the Bank 2017. When Corbin was going to get pushed, then he suddenly dropped down on the card because he questioned concussions. No Mercy 2017, Hell in a Cell 2017. Definitely the better pay-per-view out of the two. Shane ends up crashing through the announcer's table for a second time, and the Usos and the New Day have a banger Hell in a Cell match. TLC 2017, a rather dull pay-per-view, if I have to be honest with you. Survivor Series 2017, one of the best champion versus champion matches here. We've got AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. Very entertaining. Clash of Champions 2017, still dull, but definitely better than 2017. TLC, in my opinion. And then, yeah, the best 2017 pay-per-view matches. We're almost done, people. We only have like 3 more piles to go. Best of NXT 2017. Raw 25th anniversary, where The Miz won his 8th Intercontinental title and had a very good match with Roman Reigns. Another one of my favorite Royal Rumble matches, the men's Royal Rumble match here in the first ever women's Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble 2018 is very good. Elimination Chamber 2018 and Fastlane 2018. Fastlane was definitely won the winner here out of the 2 pay-per-views, I think. But Elimination Chamber was still pretty good. WrestleMania 2018. Multiple titles change hands here. We have the in-ring return of Daniel Bryan. And, and Seth won in his Intercontinental title to become a Grand Slam champion. And Undertaker returned. Greatest Royal Rumble. The 50-man Royal Rumble was rather long, but I enjoyed it a whole entire lot. And also, I did like the Fatal 4-Way ladder match between Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, The Miz, and Seth Rollins. And John Cena and Triple H had a good match to end their rivalry. Backlash 2018. Not as bad as people say the pay-per-view actually was, but there is some bad matches on here. Money in the Bank 2018, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles close out their feud in a phenomenal, definitely intended, last man standing match, and Braun Strowman became Mr. Money in the Bank. Extreme Rules 2018, when the crowd annoyed the heck out of Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler in their Iron Man match for the Intercontinental title, and AJ Styles faced Rusev. SummerSlam 2018, a whole lot of title changes yet again. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins is by far my favorite match on the card for here, or Charlotte versus Becky versus Carmella. Hell in a Cell 2018 had a lame finish for the show, but decent. And Super Showdown 2018, where they decided to go to Australia and drop some banging matches, to say the least. Survivor Series 2018, where Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar put on my favorite champion versus champion showdown. And Brock really put Daniel Bryan over. TLC 2018, not the worst pay-per-view, but not the best either. Then you have Royal Rumble 2019. I had high hopes for the Royal Rumble match is enjoyable, but definitely had better Royal Rumble matches. Okay, I had to reach deep for that. Okay, 2 more piles, people. Elimination Chamber 2019, where this got Kofi Mania quite over, and they debuted the women's tag team titles for the first time. Really better than Royal Rumble, I think. Fastlane 2019, this is infamous for Dean Ambrose's last pay-per-view match. And the only good matches only good match on here is Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens versus Mustafa Ali in triple threat match for the WWE title. It's worth watching. WrestleMania 35, my first ever pay-per-view I watched live. Banging card, one of the best cards of WrestleMania all time at me. And yeah, Kofi Mania was on rise, and Becky Lynch became a star. And this is where Becky Lynch defended both of her titles, Money in the Bank 2019, and Seth Rollins and AJ Styles have a banger, and it has one of the worst Money in the Bank winners of all time. Super Showdown 2019, infamous for one of the worst matches in history, Goldberg versus Undertaker. And I really, what I think is underrated here is Triple H versus Randy Orton. They put on a classic. I don't know why everybody doesn't talk about it, because they need to. It was a good match in their final chapter. Stomping Grounds 2019. Don't need to talk about that one. That one was complete and utterly trash. Extreme Rules 2019. Very good. The standout match here for me was Seth and Becky versus Lacey and Corbin. And Undertaker Roman Reigns match and against Shane and Drew McIntyre was pretty good. SummerSlam 2019. Another one of my least favorite SummerSlam cards here, I think. Had the Fiend debut, which is a cool part, and Kevin Owens got really over, and Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar put on a good match. Clash of Champions 2019. Braun and Seth put on a good match. That was the only good match here. Hell in a Cell 2019, one of the worst endings to a pay-per-view ever. After Hell in a Cell 2018, the horrible ending, they decided to come up with a worser one, where The Fiend basically died. And he came back to life and attacked Seth Rollins, and he got DQ'd in the non-DQ match, which was really stupid. Best Survivor Series pay-per-view of all time, NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown. One of the best pay-per-views. Yeah. TLC 2019, not the worst pay-per-view, but not really the best either. Revival and New Day do have a good SmackDown tag team title match, though. Last pile, people. Then, that would be my complete collection. Super Showdown 2020. That's what I think of the pay-per-view. WrestleMania 36, part 1 and part 2. I think the second night was way far better. I believe the first match, the first night, I believe that the Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza was really good, I think. And also the Boneyard match was really good as well. WWE 24 has Drew McIntyre, The Chosen One, Edge, The Second Mountain, R-Truth, and the documentary on WrestleMania. The show must go on because they didn't have an audience. Money in the Bank 2020, one of my favorite Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time, even though Otis wins. I love Otis. I don't know why everybody craps on him for winning this match. Backlash 2020. They should not have called this Backlash 2020 the greatest match ever. Seriously. But it was a good match, but it was not one of the best of all time. They should have not done that. It was really stupid. But, that was the only good match on the card, to say the least. The rest of it was pretty dull. Extreme Rules 2020, the horror show. The main event is a cinematic match between Braun and Bray. It was alright. My favorite match on here was Drew and Ziggler. They have fantastic chemistry here. 3 more DVDs, guys. Survivor Series 2020. The only good matches on here were Drew versus Roman and the New Day versus Street Profits. Only good matches on here. And it said goodbye to Undertaker once and for all. This, by far, I think is my favorite Royal Rumble match so far. Royal Rumble 2021. It had so many... it might even be one of my favorite pay-per-views because Royal Rumble 2021 had a very good Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and both the women's and men's Royal Rumble match were really, really good. Especially the men's. I love the men's. And WrestleMania 2021, I think that was a very solid pay-per-view. Night 1 and Night 2, I can't decide. It was really good. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the longest video out of my complete DVD collection. This was quite a long video, so hopefully if you guys sticked with me the whole entire time, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, ring the bell for all notifications, and also feel free to comment. Yeah, if you're a real MVP, if you want to do something, hope y'all, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one, everybody. My mind has gone away.